So here's a question. Do you have an exaggerated sense of your coding abilities? Do you lie about knowing every programming language? If you answered yes to all of these, you might be a web developer. Just kidding. But seriously, if you've ever looked up highest paying tech jobs at 2 a.m. while eating cereal, you've probably seen web developer pop up everywhere. And you were probably like, amazing. But what does that even mean? Because here's the thing nobody tells you up front, and this is what shocked me when I first started learning. There are actually three completely different types of web developers. And picking the wrong one for your personality, that's like ordering a burger and getting a salad. Technically food, but not what you signed up for. But we'll get to which one is actually right for you in a minute. First, let me paint you a picture. You walk into a restaurant, right? You order some fancy pasta or whatever, and you think, oh, one chef made this. Wrong. There's like 7 people back there. One person's making the sauce, another person's boiling the pasta. Someone else is plating it and making it look all pretty with that little basil leaf on top that you're definitely not going to eat. Well, guess what? Websites work exactly the same way. The website you're watching this video on right now, that Instagram app you've opened 17 times today, that online store where you bought those shoes you didn't need, yeah, those weren't built by one person sitting in a dark room drinking energy drinks. Okay, maybe they were drinking energy drinks, but you get my point. And this is where it gets interesting. Depending on which type of developer you become, you could be the person making the website look amazing, or you could be the person making sure it doesn't crash when a million people try to buy concert tickets at the same time. Totally different jobs, totally different skills, and honestly, totally different personalities. Let me break this down for you. First up, front-end developers. These are the visual people, the artists, the ones who look at a website and go, that button is the wrong shade of blue. If you're the type of person who spends an hour rearranging your room just to get the vibe right, you might be a front-end developer. Here's what they actually do. Everything you see and click on a website, that's them. The color of that Add to Cart button, the way the menu slides in from the side when you tap the hamburger icon, yeah, that's what it's called. Don't ask me why. The fact that when you type your email wrong, it shakes at you like a disappointed parent. Front-end developers use three main tools. One, HTML. This is the skeleton, the bones, the structure. Two, CSS. This is the outfit, the style, the drip, if you will. It makes everything look good instead of looking like a website from 2003. Three, JavaScript. This is the brain, the magic, the thing that makes stuff actually do something when you click it. Let's say your boss comes to you and says, hey, we need a newsletter sign up on the homepage. You use HTML to create the box where people type their email and the button that says subscribe. Then you use CSS to make it not look ugly. Maybe you make the button green. Maybe you add a subtle shadow. Maybe you spend 3 hours debating whether it should be light green or dark green. And then JavaScript? That's what checks if the email is actually valid when they click submit. Because let's be real, someone's going to try to sign up with test@test.com, and you got to stop them. Now here's where front end gets really interesting. JavaScript isn't just JavaScript anymore. There are these things called frameworks like React, made by Meta, formerly Facebook. And if you can master React, I'm telling you, you're golden. The salaries for front-end developers are actually pretty solid. Like, pay off your student loans in a reasonable time, solid. Entry level, you can get in with a decent portfolio. Just build some cool stuff, throw it on GitHub, make it look pretty, and boom, you're employable. The best part, you can literally start learning this stuff right now with just a browser. No expensive setup, no weird software, just you, your laptop, and an unhealthy amount of caffeine. Okay, so that's front end, the pretty stuff, the stuff users see. But what about the stuff users don't see? Enter back-end developers. If front-end developers are the Instagram models of the web development world, back-end developers are the engineers keeping the power plant running. Think about it like this. When you log into Netflix, you type your email and password, right? Front-end developer made that login screen look nice. But the back-end developer, they're the ones who take that password, check it against the database, verify you're actually you, load your profile. Remember that you were 23 minutes into that one show you're definitely never going to finish, and serve it all up without the whole website exploding. No pressure. Back-end developers work with databases, where all your data lives, servers, the computers running 24/7 so you can watch cat videos at 3 a.m. APIs, basically the secret handshakes that let different parts of the internet talk to each other. Programming languages like Python, Java, Ruby, PHP. Honestly, the list goes on. It's like Pokemon, but for programming languages. Now here's the real talk about back-end development. It's harder to get into than front-end, like significantly harder. Why? Because you need to understand how the internet actually works. Not just click button, thing happens, but like data travels through 17 different servers across 4 continents and arrives in zero point 0.3 seconds level understanding. And look, I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just being honest. Most people start with front end, get comfortable with that, and then move to back end once they've got some experience under their belt. It's a journey, and that's okay. But here's the thing about back-end developers that nobody tells you. They sometimes get paid more than front-end developers, especially at senior levels. Why? Because the barrier to entry is higher. Fewer people can do it. So you've got front-end developers who make things pretty and back-end developers who make things work. But what if I told you there's a mythical third type? Full-stack developers. These are the unicorns, the legends, the people who can do both. A full-stack developer walks into a meeting and they're like, yeah, I can design your homepage, build your user interface, set up your database, configure your server, deploy the whole thing, and fix it when it breaks at 2 a.m. They're basically the Swiss Army knife of web development. But here's the catch, and this is important if you're just starting out. You don't just become a full-stack developer overnight. This is a senior level position. We're talking years of experience, learning front end, learning back end, understanding how they work together, making mistakes, breaking things, fixing things, breaking them again. And because of all that, full stack developers are some of the highest paid people in tech. Like 6-figure salary right out of the gate if you're good level. Companies are desperate for people who can do both, because instead of hiring 2 people, they can hire 1 person who gets it all. So let me ask you this. Are you the type of person who cares about how things look? Who notices when a button is 1 pixel off? Who gets excited about color palettes and smooth animations? You might be a front-end developer. Or are you the type who wants to know how things work? Who likes solving puzzles? Who gets a weird satisfaction from making systems efficient and secure? You might be a back-end developer. Or maybe, just maybe, you're the rare person who wants to understand the whole thing, who doesn't want to specialize, who wants to build the entire product from start to finish. Then full stack might be your path. Remember at the beginning when I said picking the wrong type of developer role is like ordering a burger and getting a salad? Here's what I meant. All 3 of these jobs are valuable. All 3 pay well. All 3 are in demand. But they require different skills, different mindsets, and different personalities. The good news? You don't have to decide right now. Start with front end if you want quick wins and immediate visual feedback. It's the easiest entry point, and you can literally start today. Then if you get curious about the back-end stuff, how data flows, how servers work, how everything connects, you can level up from there. And who knows, maybe in a few years, you'll be that full stack unicorn everyone's trying to hire. So, which type are you leaning toward? Front end, back end, full stack? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you're already a developer, tell me which path you took and if you would do it differently. Because honestly, the digital world isn't going anywhere. We need more developers. Might as well be you. Thanks for watching. If this helped you figure out which dev path might be right for you, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more web development content that doesn't make your brain hurt, and I'll see you in the next one.